The 1990s, summed up in a couple of minutes, I guess. Starting off on a political side, we have the presidents. So the US president had. What? The US had two presidents during this decade, George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton. Domestic policy standpoint. So the Clinton administration from 1993 to 2001 focused on a plan called New Democrat, which was set for balancing economic growth with social responsibility. He set a welfare reform in 1996, creating the temporary assistance for needy families, which shifted the authority of welfare to states and also placing time limits and work requirements. Now, for foreign policy. After the Soviet collapse, the foreign policy of the US was a plan to be a sole superpower. So, Soviet collapses, US was like, alright, we gotta be the big guns, So, this policy focused on a new world order that promoted democracy, free markets, and military intervention. The foreign policy shifted towards strengthening NATO, expanding global trade, and managing post-Cold War security. Civil rights. Civil rights in the 1990s focused on strengthening employment protections, fixing racial and social divisions, and expanding disability rights. Major conflicts of the 1990s were the Gulf War, the breakup of Yugoslavia, and the Rwandan genocide. So the Gulf War was in 1990 to 1991. The breakup of Yugoslavia was in 1991 to 1999, and in between that 8-year period, it had multiple wars like around Yugoslavia, like inside Yugoslavia and stuff like that. And then the Rwandan genocide was in 1994, and I don't know how long it lasted, but I do know that it was in 1994. I don't know if it was just in that year. I'm not sure. Supreme Court decisions in the 1990s. So, some significant Supreme Court decisions in the 1990s addressed major issues in society, including religious freedom, employment division versus Smith, abortion access, Planned Parenthood versus Casey, and Fourth Amendment rights in schools, Veronia School District versus Acton. Now, on a cultural standpoint, we have technology. 1990s technology was a transition from analog to digital. With the rise of personal computers like Windows 95, the World Wide Web, and portable tech like phones, games like Tamagotchi and stuff like that, like MP3 players, stuff like that. Now, music. 1990s music was a diverse era with the growth of alternative rock, a height of pop icons, and the huge time of R&B and hip-hop. So artists like Radiohead, you had Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, stuff like that. You had Britney Spears with pop, stuff like that. Television. 1990s television had hits after hits such as Friends, Full House, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Dexter's Laboratory, Pokemon, and a lot more. An art standpoint, art during the 90s was mostly categorized as activist art, which is art expressing a political standpoint in something. This could be a wide range of expression from rights movements to environmental changes, stuff like that. But art in the 90s was also a time of cool, abstract art. Now, media. The 90s media was an era of big change, with the rise of 24-hour news like CNN, Fox News, stuff like that, just news channels, sitcoms, and more blockbuster hits. 90s fashion was expressed with blends of casual fits, grunge styles, and hip-hop influences. This decade was more on emphasizing comfort instead of just regular classy fashion, like people really just wanted to go out in the world and just be more comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And that's the end. Thank you guys.